How is it going out there? Happy Thursday. It's First Alert Chief Meteorologist Steve Balon, where I normally am in the First Alert Weather Center. And there's Emily Mers, who just got into work, drinking, what is it, a butterfly tea?
Butterfly lemonade refresher.
Butterfly lemonade refresher. Boy, that sounds really fancy. I hope you didn't pay too much for it. No? Okay.
And I had a gift card.
Well, you had a gift card. Then you have to get it, right? Speaking of a refresher, our forecast, refreshing. Let's take you out to a scenic shot. This is nice downtown Oshkosh. We've got blue skies. We've got plenty of sunshine. Almost as refreshing as a butterfly lemonade. 56 degrees, brisk northeast winds at 12 miles an hour. And the dew point is 46. That's pretty dry for late May. So here's First Alert Viper Max. With a clear sky, I'm sure you're not surprised that we are dry in northeast Wisconsin. We're not picking up on any rain. Yesterday in the afternoon, as expected, we had thunderstorms. And look at this, as we recap First Alert Viper Max, you can see they tracked southward, especially right down the I-39 corridor, and they were occasionally severe, producing high winds and hail and heavy rainfall, and it stayed just west of the Fox Valley, thankfully. These are some of the storm reports over the past 24 hours, and especially around Wausau. They really got zonked yesterday afternoon with golf ball-sized hail, but thankfully that stayed just away from us. Right now, we are dry, we're sunny, and we are in the 50s. Double nickels for Sheboygan, Appleton, Green Bay, Marinette with 53 degrees in Escanaba. A lot of our temperatures are about 10 degrees cooler than the temperatures that we were enjoying at this time yesterday. And there's the big reason why. Northeast winds. And they were a little bit breezy overnight. They're still a bit on the brisk side, coming in around 10 to 15 miles an hour. That wind is going to continue to blow in dry, cooler air off of the bay, off of Lake Michigan into northeast Wisconsin. But all in all, it's a comfortable Thursday, a high of 70 in Green Bay, cooler 60s lakeside, and we will enjoy nice lemon yellow sunshine through the afternoon. Quiet weather today, but today marks the beginning of our next weather maker. Now, usually we're talking about rain or thunderstorms, or during the wintertime, we're talking about snow. Our next weather maker is a long, dry spell. And during this stretch, it's going to be warm, but not humid. This is going to last all the way into at least the middle of next week. Look at our rain chances over the next 7 days. Whew, not much to talk about. And honestly, I really struggled to put a 10% rain chance in there for Monday and Wednesday. And honestly, that was really because of previous data that we received. But the computer models have been pretty much nixing those rain chances. And I think your umbrella is going to be collecting dust in the back of your closet for the next week or so. So why is it going to be so dry? Well, way up at the jet stream, if you go up a good 20, 30,000 feet up, there's a bubble of high pressure, and it's blocking weather systems from moving across North America. This type of blocking pattern is something that meteorologists like to call an omega block, and that's because the jet stream, as it flows across North America, takes on the shape of the Greek letter omega. Okay, that's really not the important part. The important part is the high pressure system directs the storm track away from us. And as it sits overhead, we stay dry and generally sunny day after day after day. And that's great, right? I mean, a lot of us enjoy beautiful sunny weather. But I'm not here to borrow trouble, but I do want to say that this time of year, when you have several dry days in a row, you might pay a price down the line because the moisture is needed during the growing season. And not only does it look dry the next 7 days, the 8 to 14 day rainfall outlook takes significant rainfall and shoves it south. Now, according to the Climate Prediction Center, it has us in the near normal precipitation from June 4th through June 10th. But from some of the data that I'm looking at, it'll probably be either normal or even a little below normal is my best guess. So these dry days could add up over time. So I want to give you that first alert that starting this weekend, you probably want to start watering your garden. You probably want to start watering your lawn. A lot of our farming friends this time of year consider their first cut of hay. Well, strike while the iron's hot. You know, May has been more dry than not. We've had just over 2 inches of rain this month. We actually have a rainfall deficit of around 0.6 of an inch of precipitation. I mean, that's not deal-breaking by any shakes. But if you look at the big picture for the entire year, whoa, we've got almost 17.5 inches of precipitation, a 7-inch surplus. And that was buoyed by the wettest April we've ever had in northeast Wisconsin. But if you remove that wet April, it's been kind of dry recently. So this is an update, a first alert update on the drought monitor in Wisconsin. And you could see the abnormally dry soil that was in northern Illinois is starting to creep into southeastern Wisconsin. Madison, Milwaukee, as far north as Sheboygan. Right now we're okay in northeast Wisconsin, but this dry weather, if it continues to go on for not just days, but for the next few weeks into the first half of June, we may start seeing that abnormally dry soil push into northeast Wisconsin. Eventually, we may start seeing some drought conditions across Wisconsin. Again, I'm not here to borrow trouble. Enjoy the nice weather. Enjoy the sunshine. Enjoy the pleasant temperatures and the low dew points. But over time, this might become a problem. There is such thing as too much of a good thing, right? Because it may eventually turn into a bad thing. There's your First Alert Super 7-day forecast. Tons of sun, a high of 70. Well, let me give you the high temperatures across the rest of the area. 60s lakeside, like 66 today in Sheboygan and in Sturgeon Bay. Meanwhile, 72 for a high temperature in Oshkosh, 75 in Pembine, and a trio of 77-degree high temperatures in Wausau, Wapaka, and in Wautoma. Now tomorrow, as the wind turns to the southwest, it's going to be warmer. We'll be well into the 80s away from the lakeshore. Highs of 85 tomorrow in Green Bay and Appleton, perhaps as toasty as 88 in Wapaka, some 70s lakeside. The good thing is that while that's very warm, that southwest wind is bringing in dry heat. The dew points will be low. So it's going to be warm tomorrow, but it's not going to be sticky. All in all, some nice summertime weather. And then as the wind whips back around to the northeast as we go into Saturday, it becomes a bit breezy, our temperatures come back down again with highs in the lower 70s. So the weather teeter-totter kind of goes back and forth with our temperatures the next 3 days, but still those high temperatures are near or above average for this time of year. And we'll keep those upper 70s and low 80s going into next week with plenty of sunshine and more dry weather day after day after day. Our forecast looks sunny. Sometimes it is severe, not anytime soon, but eventually thunderstorms will come back into the picture. It's Wisconsin. We're wrapping up May. We're going into June. So it's just bound to happen eventually. Regardless, whatever the weather pattern is, we're tracking it. We're giving you first alert updates. We'll also let you know if we start seeing any rain in that extended forecast. Make sure you're following along wherever you are, whenever you want it, with our free WBAY First Alert Weather app. Scan the QR code over there on the left with your phone, if you're able to, depending on how you're watching this live stream, and download it for free. All right, she's here. She's enjoying her butterfly lemonade, but eventually she'll start working. Meteorologist Emily Mers. And she'll be on Action 2 News at noon, and at 4 she'll be very hydrated and happy. Don't forget to stay hydrated. What's that?
I said and caffeinated.
And caffeinated.
More importantly.
More important. See, now, if you watch Action 2 News at noon and 4, Emily might have a little extra energy. See, that's benefiting you, the viewer. See, you're very viewer-centric, having your own lemonade.
Yeah, so generous I am.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, now, before we wrap things up, I want to show one last thing, and I'm kind of calling an audible here on the fly. But I want to go back to this. This is First Alert Viper Max, and this is a radar recap from last night from about around midnight to 4 a.m., and we're looking at southern Wisconsin, and you're seeing a lot of interesting green specks and blips on the radar there over Madison. You see that? Want to take a guess what that was? It wasn't rain. Nope. Nope. Wasn't mayflies. Nope. Nope. Wasn't birds or bats. Nope. Nope. Not rain, Aisha. Nope. Don't guess rain. You want to do that. First Alert Viper Max was picking up on cottonwood pollen last night. Yeah, cottonwood pollen. Oh my goodness. You know what? It's that time of year where you get the sniffles and the sneezes. Let me see here if I can pull it up. This is the allergy index from yesterday. The new data is probably coming in about an hour. And while the cottonwood pollen was flying around southern Wisconsin last night, the highest pollen allergens, according to our allergy index, grass, walnut, and hickory. And for the mold count, cladosporium, ascospore, and basidiospore. And that data is from our friends over the Kagan Allergy Clinic. We appreciate their information every day. So anyway, a little nugget of knowledge to wrap up our streaming weathercast for today. All right, so Aisha's tapping away, so she must be getting ready for Action 2 News mid-morning starting at 9 o'clock. Is that incident in the valley still going on?
No, it's a mess on I-41 South.
Where is it?
Valley. I-41 South near the valley,
Alpha.
Ballard Road, Richmond, 441, all.
I-41, Ballard, Richmond, all, is it shut down completely?
Part of it.
Part of it is shut down. Anyway, she's going to be on TV in about 10 plus minutes talking all about that. And she'll also have the top news stories for the day. All right, so Emily,
Yes.
what sky camera do you like best?
Depends on the day, but usually Appleton.
All right, we'll do Appleton, especially since there's that crash nearby. College Avenue looks just fine. Just don't forget your sunglasses, especially if you're traveling east in the mornings and traveling west in the evenings. That can be pretty bright, especially if it's shining right at you. But otherwise, we've got sunny skies and blue skies in the valley. Enjoy the sunshine. Just remember, eventually this could lead to some issues with abnormally dry soil and maybe drought as we go into June if these dry days begin to stack up. All right, thanks for watching our live stream. Have a great day. Enjoy your Thursday. We'll catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.